Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Trainz Simulator, Trainz 2019. Today we're going to be taking a look at the counterparts for Trainz. I have gone over the 1800s stuff for Trainz Simulator, and every single freaking one of them got requests for Trainz Forges stuff. So we're looking over Trainz Forges version for Trainz, as well as a couple others, in large part because I don't want to do a whole other video on each and every one from Trainz Forge, because it's not, they're not wildly different. So, but we are going to be taking a look at the Union Pacific's the Rogers built 440s, and then of course the Central Pacific Schenectady's, and we also have Union Pacific Schenectady's over here, and these oddballs out for the Central Pacific, the McKay and Aldous, sure, from East Boston, Massachusetts. But yeah, these are all available on Trainz Forge websites. The only oddballs out here are the Iona here for the Western Atlantic, and the Texas here for the Western Atlantic. These are available on the download station. I put these down just more for giggles and squiggles, kind of show a couple other extra different builders of 440s for the time period, because that is one of the odd things that Trainz really holds over Trainz Simulator, is it's pretty good about having different variations for a certain time period where TS doesn't. But anywho, I'm not going to bother much with the history for any of these. If you really want to know the history for 119 and Jupiter, you can find it all over the internet. You can go watch my other videos for the TS versions. Chances are, if you're watching my videos, you already know the background on these locomotives anyway, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time diving off into the history. They're not, like I said, these are not wildly crazy items. But so starting off, we'll go with the UP Rogers models. Funny enough, I managed to get both locomotives that I went over for the TSC versions that were done by Smokebox. So I got 119 and 116. Unfortunately, we don't have the red coloring, only the green. But it's not heartbreaking. But yeah, these are very well modeled right off the bat. You can very easily tell that these are very well modeled. These do have fully functioning valve gear. Matter of fact, I think that goes for all of Trainz Forge's products. They all have functioning valve gear. Are these antiques? I don't believe so. I'm going to talk about something that's been in game for a long time. But yeah, all the Trainz Forges stuff has functioning valve gears, so that's a nice thing. Whoops, too far. Very nice texturing overall. The wood paneling is alright. Definitely looks better in TSC. Weirdly enough, I actually like the brass better in Trainz, though. The brass just kind of has a much more natural coloring and look to it than it does in TSC, but the wood paneling definitely looks better in TSC. While I'm at it, let me be sure I'm on the Rogers models. These do have cabs, custom cabs, for those of you that it floats the boat of. The camera view is definitely off, though. Your head is sitting in the back wall, but does have a proper cab for those that enjoy the cabs and trains. Overall, just a really nice model. The lettering looks really good. The striping is all very nice, crispy. Rivets, proper rivets. Now I don't know why, but this right here ended up blurry. The striping back here definitely ended up blurry compared to this up here. This looks much crispier than this. But everything else is really, really nice. It's kind of hard to get up close, but we do have our little scenes up on the domes. Very ornate bells. Ornate locomotives in general, they're very ornate. But another nice thing is the exhaust. The actual smoke looks really, really nice. It looks natural. It looks really natural. At an idle, these older locomotives are not going to produce a whole ton of smoke. Even under power, they won't produce a whole ton of smoke unless they're being fired really, really wrong. But so the smoke looks really nice, really believable. The headlight has a pretty typical Trainz Forge headlight. It looks pretty decent. Got a nice yellow hue to it. This would definitely be the era of a more orange, though. There are no electric headlights in this time period that I know of. I don't believe any of these locomotives have. Yeah, these are all oil-fired headlights, so it would definitely be more of a orange glow, like an actual fire, rather than the electric bulb here. But it's still pretty decent. At least it's not neon white. Sounds, I'm already gonna tell you guys. Sounds, a lot of them use the same sounds. A lot. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure most, if not all, of these use the same sounds. Outside of these two, you know, I guess these two don't count because they're not Trainz Forge items. They're just here for kind of a comparison. But I believe all of these use the same sounds, which is that whistle, that bell, and that chuff. So nothing really wild, nothing we haven't heard before. This is pretty cool though. We got our automatic fireman, headlights, windows. They're actual sliders, not the plastic click. There's our doors, smoke box door. This looks pretty good. That's pretty cool. It even shows the latch down there. The temperature thing, I have no honest clue what the temperature thing does, but it's there. And of course you got the sandbox lid there. Sets the sandbox lid on the running board for refilling. I don't know why I can't click on it though, but that's the bells and whistles we got. I don't think we can do anything with the tender. Nope. But yeah, these little builder plates down here are really nice, really crispy. The coloring's a bit odd though. I don't know if it's supposed to have cut, but it did. Pretty sure these are supposed to be all brass, not whatever the gray is, but that's fine. It's not too terribly noticeable. I don't know if any of their other models do that. Of course, now I gotta go around looking for the build plate. Yeah, these don't. Huh. I don't know. That's a little bit wonky, but otherwise, there's nothing really special about the sounds, but I say it pretty much every Trainz video. If you don't like the sounds, it is ridiculously easy to swap out sounds on Trainz. It's probably one of the easiest simulators out there to swap sounds on, but one thing to take note of, I don't know why it does this. Trainz Forge stuff in general is kind of bad about this. Zeroing the DCC controller doesn't actually stop the wheels. They barely move. Real slow, but it is noticeable. It doesn't actually move the model, but the wheels never really stop unless you're running it the hard way like this, which is just odd. But there's the Rogers. Of course, we got the Schenectady here. I don't know what's going on with the flags. Let's see, details. Details? Why can't I have details? There they go. Let's see. It's of course automatic fireman. Sandbox lid. Once again, I don't know. It won't let me do it, but well, won't let me do anything with the section flags either. So those might be stuck on. And of course, windows, cab door, smoke box door. Pretty self-explanatory. Oh goodness. Yeah, it's pretty much the same story with I had over there. Everything looks really, really nice, except for right here. It's definitely noticeable that those are blurry, but everything else pretty crispy, nice coloring. You know, it's not an obnoxious bright, but it is still colorful as the time period is. I love the brass. The wood paneling is alright. The cab's pretty much the same we just saw. Nothing too wild or fancy. Same sounds. Oh. So the bell does stop at whatever angle you turn the bell off on. There's also no cord. These are... I just noticed that. I don't think there's one over here either. But these are not steam operated bells. You do have to pull the bell the old fashioned way, but there's no cord to pull the bell. So that's kind of a wonky thing to be missing, but again, animated valve gear. I guess I haven't moved this, so it shouldn't. Let's see. There we go. Yeah. Same Jeff sounds, same whistle sounds. I got some nice rolling sounds though. I do like the rolling sounds. Kind of squeaky rumble. I love the brass barrel beds. It's a good looking brass. They really got the brass down. But again, very decently modeled. Just a few minor things. Of course, the flags being stuck is very odd. And then the bell getting stuck again. Very odd, but whatever. Of course, we got the Union Pacific version of the Schenectadys. They're not going to be wildly different from the Central Pacific. Matter of fact, they use much the same coloring. Just different, much prettier UP lettering. The proper cursive. Some of you youngers. generation that never learned cursive that is a very flamboyant Union Pacific RR. But that's just me poking a bit. I'm old enough to have had to learn cursive when I was in school. That was a while ago, but again, same story. Pretty crispy. A little bit blurry down here. Everything's pretty crispy, good looking. Yes, they're pretty much the Central Pacific model with a different smokestack and a bit of a wonky difference. The CP models, they don't have counterweights on the rear drivers, whereas the UP models do, which is different. I don't know what the point in that is, but yeah, it's not much else wild. Pretty much the same. I'm throwing these into the batch because I see no reason to do a whole nother video on these. They are a different builder, and it is very noticeable that these are a different builder. I noted it earlier, the McKay and Aldous, sure, from East Boston, Massachusetts. But these are the other Central Pacific 440s. Slightly different. They're not wild. Not wild changes. Same sounds. Nothing wild there. The bell does reset though back to its normal position, which is just kind of, it's weird that these don't. But same sounds, pretty much the same bells and whistles. We'll pull it up here. Oh, interesting. The chuff sounds cut out. Very odd. But, yeah, very different. Probably one of the most noticeable things is that the boiler is a straight shot. It's just a straight tube. There is no kind of hump to where your firebox starts like these other models. It's just a straight shot all the way back. It's kind of different. And then it almost gives the appearance that the boiler sits higher. I don't know if it does compared to the Schenectady's, but it definitely looks higher. And no counterweights at all on either of the drivers, which is very odd, to say the least. But again, same sounds, same functions, pretty much the same quality. Really, really nice lettering on these. The paint job's really, really, really nice. Overall, the qualities are really, really nice. Animated valve gear. Just overall, a really cool one. I don't know the history. I don't know the backstory on these two. Which is another thing I should note. None of these are dynamically numbered. Each and every single one of these packs will come in with a list of numbers that you can choose. They won't vary much. Oh goodness me! I keep yawning like I'm tired, but I definitely slept. But they won't change a whole lot. Mostly just the number, maybe some small minor details here and there, but nothing to really change to make you go, oh my goodness. So they're all individually numbered, but yeah, I really don't know what else to say about these. Like I said, they're nothing necessarily out of the wild. Oops. We'll take this one up to speed just for giggles and squiggles. It is interesting though that the chuff volume is turned way, way, way down past like 10 miles an hour. You can just hear it. But the actual, like, the rolling sounds, the idle rolling sounds, are way louder than everything else. And we top off 35 mile an hour, which is pretty average for these. Again, nothing wild. These are not speed demons. But it is really, really weird that the chuff sounds cut out like that. But, yeah. And just for giggles and squiggles, I toss these two in there because we already have very different builders here. I think I did a video on the Virginia and Truckee 440s already, so I didn't include those in, but this kind of rounds out the 440s that are available for Trainz Simulator. It's just kind of different to include these others. I believe the Texas is a Cook product, a cookie. And the Yona here, New Jersey, built in New Jersey by RK&G, with some massive drivers. Whole locomotive sits really, really tall. It's just very odd. But yeah, just kind of for giggles and squiggles, I toss those down. These are much, much older models. These have been around for a hot minute, and it shows compared to newer models. I believe all of Trainz Forge's models are actual, like, new models. They're not just repurposed. But with these older models, should you want to go in and change your sounds on some of these other 440s, some of the nicer quality, some of the older models do come with some different sounds. So, like, we got that. You know, just something different to go in, change up the whistles, maybe change up the bell sounds. But yeah, I really don't have a whole lot more to say to them. They're pretty cool. I don't get a whole ton of use out of them. Not necessarily because I don't like them. It's just they're not something I use a lot in Trainz. They don't fit the Eagle River very well, which is what I do the majority of my work on, is the Eagle River, the DB and EV, and as you can see, we're sitting on the Washoe Valley route, which is also available from Trainz Forge as freeware. It is a very much work in progress, but these locomotives would actually fit in pretty decently on this route. Scenery wise, they really look the part out here, but that's about all I got for today. I was going to do a Trainz Simulator video today, and then Trainz Simulator doesn't want to cooperate, and I don't feel like dealing with it because DTG problems. DTG doesn't believe in fixing their freaking crap. That is interesting. What is that? Right there. Is that part of the locomotive? No, it's not. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it's there either. It's very odd though. It's very much there. Oh well. Different problems, different days. I hope you guys enjoy the video. These are freeware, again. I don't know if I already said that, but they are freeware. You ain't gotta buy anything for them. So if you like this time period, you'll probably enjoy these. Go check them out. They're cool models. They've done a bunch of other, like, freelance freewares off of based off of these for different purposes. I know they did one not too terribly long ago that comes with knuckle couplers on either end, just kind of a generic model. It's pretty cool to fiddle around with for giggles and squiggles, but I'm calling it. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time.